I've brought a jug which is 100 years old now. It's called the pomegranate. It belonged to two aunts that I never got to meet. My father was one of 9 children. 3 of the older ones, who all grew up in the house I grew up in and had good jobs, they all got TB and they died from it. And I just feel there's a gap that I only got to meet one grandfather. I never got to meet my grandmothers. And I have lovely photos at home of these aunts, and one of them died at 26 and I think the other was 27, and their older brother, and one died in August and the other died and was buried on Christmas Day in the same year. So I've held on to this. It came from my old home, which we were in for exactly 100 years when I left it in 2005. And if the house I live in now was burning down, this is the one thing I'd save.
And where did it come from?
It came from a trip my 2 aunts made to Waterford City, and they brought it home with them along with the lovely peacock plate, which I now think I should have brought as well. But they brought them home, and I don't know if it was ever actually used or kept on the good shelf. But I just like it, and I suppose in those days pomegranates would have been totally exotic and unheard of in Ireland. But it's actually, the mark on the bottom actually says pomegranate, and it was made in England in Stoke-on-Trent. So it's coming up to, it's either at or past 100 years now.
And why are you so attached to it?
It's just a link to the past, to people I'd like to have met and I'll never know. I have an old ledger of my grandfather's at home with recording all the births of his 9 children and the dates of their deaths and that, and it's sad to see that 2 of the adults died within 4 months of each other. So they're people I'd like to have met, but I never will.
And do you take it down off the shelf often? Do you use it?
I have bookshelves beside my bed, and 2 of the bookshelves have objects in them. I kind of collect jugs, but and I have another little black teapot, which is the only thing my mother had to remember her own mother by. She died in childbirth, and she died when my mother was 3. So it's nice to have a story behind objects, I think, to keep them.
And do you think women are better at it, or are men better at it?
I don't think so. I think it's equally divided. If something means a lot to you, it could be a simple thing. It could be something very expensive, something very cheap, something that triggers a memory.